Just fake it until you make it and cry yourself to sleep when it's all over.
Exactly. Yep. I go wipe my tears with these $100 bills. Like, it's fine.
And welcome back to the Riley Black Project, Crystal and John.
Hey.
How about that new open?
It's so good. I've watched it like a million times. Yeah, it's good. The beat is catchy. Mm-hmm. All the good like
took a
moments.
while to get all those.
It did, and I made you tweak them about 100 times, but I think it
and then tweak them back.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Hey, it turned out good.
It did turn out good.
I'm that annoying producer, but usually
they say that those you know how we tell you that those customers that pay the least, they're always the most. Well, she doesn't pay anything, so that tells you.
I pay you with love.
Love don't pay the bills. Anyway,
so
talking about paying the bills. Yeah. Speaking of which, we have part 2 of that list. Don't we?
Well, but first we have the episode sponsor. It's okay.
Bye.
I got this.
Okay.
Just kidding. Katie with Monarch Pine. She is giving everybody 10% off with code Riley Black. So that's monarchpine.etsy.com.
For 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I got part 2 of our shout-outs. This is still airing in October. Okay, so at least it happened in the right month.
Yeah.
The hurricane
exactly.
kind of threw everything off. All right, ready? Jillian Booth, Allison, Trisha, Rexy, Heather Lynn, The Laser Outpost, Educational, just all the things. Brandy Mahoney, super. I got to fix this list. It's supposed to be super fan Brandy Mahoney. It's messed up, but anyway.
Super fan.
So everyone I had asked like what business, if they wanted me to shout out their business or like what they wanted me to say, and her request was Superfan Brandy.
Yeah.
So Victor, Katie, Lisa, David Brown, Stephanie, Barbie, Madison, Emily, Mark, Kathy Ray, MJ, Ryan Schultz, and Will Louie.
And we thank everyone.
Throw this, but I feel like it'll land.
Yeah, it's gonna do something. You're going to hit the light. You're going to hit the camera. Who knows what you're going to do?
I won't, but I want to.
Is that all the business we have?
That's all the business. Business in the front, party in the back.
That's right.
It's time for the party in the back now.
Nope. One more piece of business is, this month's sponsor for all new patrons.
Oh,
Great Lakes Laser, Great Laser Supply. Yeah.
Yeah. So all new patrons, if you sign up this month, you will get a $10 gift card to Great Lakes Laser Supply. So if you do the $4 level, you literally get $6. So
now I have forgotten already the second part, but I can do the first part.
I'll assist.
And our guest today is Chantz with Laser by the Creek and
Custom Grains. You didn't even give his fun fact.
Oh, yeah, he likes a vacation here in Florida. And he is very tired.
He is.
You're not going to be able to tell, but this man is tired.
I'm tired hearing about how tired he is with all the work that he put in, because, wow.
So thank you for coming on the show today.
Right?
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for squeezing us in last minute in your busy schedule. So let's talk about... rewind a bunch. How the heck did you get so busy? Like how?
Why are you so tired?
Right?
Why am I so stressed?
When did you get a laser? What were you doing before that? Tell us everything. Yeah.
So back in 2020 when COVID happened, I'm just like, I got $300. I'm going to spend my money on an Amazon laser.
Wow. A diode?
The Ortur LM2 Pro. Thank you very much.
The Pro.
The Pro.
I mean,
the Pro.
It all started from that actually, and
That's
I did woodworking.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did woodworking like a little bit by making like an entertainment stand.
Yeah.
Or like what actually started Custom Grains is I built pet stairs. So one of my old coworkers needed some stairs for her little dog to go up in her bed because the dog broke the leg, I guess. And I was like, I can do that. Go to Menards. pick up some pine, throw some stain on it and the carpet, and boom, pet stairs. And I probably sold like 200 sets of pet stairs actually.
Wow.
And then I then transitioned to make cutting boards and charcuterie boards and coasters, and kind of dabbled in that market because I was sick and tired of making pet stairs.
Yeah.
And then that's when I bought my first little Ortur diode laser to customize these cutting boards and coasters and all that fun stuff.
So with that business, was that already like your full-time business, or was that on the side? Okay.
This was like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. drinking a beer out in the garage.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked at Capital One for 10 years. So I did that just on the weekends and on the side, and I maybe made a profit of $100 a month.
Right.
Like after I just bought something, like it was pennies.
Yeah.
But that just sparked my little interest on social media, and then I created a TikTok page, and I'm like, I'm new to TikTok. I don't want to show my ugly mug. Yeah. So, like for the first 3 months, I didn't show a single face. I just showed them how to make a project and voiceovers, and then I showed my face on one video, and I was like, nah, that ain't that bad actually.
Right. Yeah.
So charcuterie, cutting boards, coasters, that kind of turned into wanting to me buy a bigger laser. And I had a pretty decent following on TikTok. So I made these honeycomb epoxy charcuterie boards. I was the first person that kind of started that trend on TikTok. And I probably sold about 600 just off of like posting videos on TikTok and how I made it. And these like people loved them. I was like, this is easy money. This is actually a $150 board. I'll sell it and I'll make $10 in profit.
Yeah.
And so I grew my following on social media all the way up to like 100,000 followers. And that's when I finally got like my first big partnership with the laser company, Monport.
Nice.
No, not nice with Monport. We'll just leave it at that. Kind of fast forward.
Okay, but hey, we can at least celebrate the part where you had a following enough that a laser company was interested in you.
That's true.
Yeah. That's to be celebrated.
Because I have to say it was a really good stepping stone, and it actually kind of made me a better laser maker because I basically rewired everything and troubleshooted from step one. And
right. I've heard that about the OhmTech users. Like I stayed far away from them because I heard you had to be like mechanical and technical, and I was like, that ain't me. I was like, as soon as there's a problem, I'm out. So I call him, and thankfully he's really patient and stuff, but you know, I also don't want to have to need him, you know, especially at the time, like it was it was just to make extra money for me, and he was working. So like hey, you just got off at midnight. Can you come fix my laser for me? You know? So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple big partnerships, and I probably still have the partnerships, just kind of got to rekindle that fire.
Yeah.
So I am sponsored still by Crafted Elements, the silicone mold company.
Okay, nice.
And then Total Boat as well. My coupon code still works. I just haven't posted anything because I'll fast forward.
I know that struggle. I'm an affiliate or have like affiliate codes for like so many, and it's like I struggle to post about my own business, let alone like find the Yeah.
So I'll fast forward like a couple of years. Like I made pretty good money, probably about 20 grand in a year. And I mean, that's good money for me just for drinking beers out in the garage.
Right. Yeah.
And fast forward to July of 2023 on TikTok. TikTok came out with their Tik Tok Shop, which is the in-app marketplace on how people can purchase random things, funny things, good things, bad things. You know, it opened up the doors, and that's when I actually finally got enough money to quit my full-time job. And it's been all bell, like literally, like imagine a dam breaking. That's what happened with Tik Tok Shop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My first week on Tik Tok Shop, we did $250,000.
Damn. Yeah, that'll do it.
And I made one hat like the first day that they allowed me to be a Tik Tok Shop seller. Smoke meat, not meth. And I went to bed. I had 12 hats in inventory. I went to bed and I posted it on social media. I woke up to like 276 sales overnight. And I wake up at 7 a.m. like, this fucking can't be right. This is
right. Yeah, this is a glitch.
I'm scrolling and my video is at like 1.4 million. I was like,
oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck do I even buy 276 hats?
Right.
Because I just had bought 12.
Right. Wait, and
Yeah.
Tik Tok Shop was like a 3-day ship. So what did you do? Hey makers, are you trying to grow your laser business but struggle with things like social media, building local business relationships, setting up your website, how to charge for your products, or when to add employees to your business?
Samita and Anuj Patel are passionate about helping other makers build their laser business and realize that each business owner is at a different stage in their journey. Like many of us, they started with a hobby laser at home but have since grown to a warehouse with 7 lasers, a UV printer, and generate 6 figures in sales and ship out over 5,000 orders a year.
Their one-on-one mentoring sessions are perfect for those who have questions and want answers. The hour-long session will be conducted over Zoom and will be recorded so that you have access to it after as well. No question is off the table, and they will give you actionable steps to take your business to the next level. Book your mentoring call at homeboundcustom.com to start growing your business today.
Attention all laser owners and crafters. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than Crazy Laser Dad Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced, tested, and ready to use with your lasers. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for all your customers.
So, what are you waiting for? Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser-ready blanks.
Well, thankfully, I mean, Ridge and River, that was the first company I bought hats from because I didn't know any about wholesale in general.
Yeah.
And they allowed me to overnight it so then I could just make the 200 and some odd hats within a day and a half.
Wow.
But yeah, it was just like, what the fuck?
Right.
Let's do this. And of course, I still had my good old Omtech laser, and I had Thunder. I had my Thunder laser. I am an affiliate, or was an affiliate with them. The contract expired back in April. Yeah. And that is, I still use that original laser and has not died.
Nice.
Knock on wood.
Right.
So it was me and my couple high school buddies and my next door high school neighbor and his friends. We were just drinking I was drinking some beers.
I was going to say the high school kid.
My high school neighbors were not drinking beers.
Right.
They were well caffeinated on Red Bull and Gatorade. And and we basically just grinded in my garage for a month and a half to 2 months, just off of selling on Tik Tok Shop.
That's
so
awesome.
July 13th, I made my first sale, and then August 18th, I quit my good old Capital One job. And it seemed really, really weird quitting my job, like a really well-paying job. I was a fraud analysis with Capital One.
Yeah.
To make hats.
Right. So wait, okay. And now I need to know, like, what did you say to your boss? Like, how close were you with your boss? Were you like,
my boss followed me on TikTok since I started TikTok.
Okay.
So he was like,
he kind of was expecting it, probably.
Yeah, and even if I didn't have a TikTok shop, I still wanted to get out. I was just mentally taxed, and I was like, this isn't fun for me. You or my employees are like, all
yeah.
And then that's kind of just pushed me off the ledge. I was like, this is it.
Right.
And when I put in my 2 weeks, I was like, yeah, let's do this. I'm done. And my last day ever was like, did I just screw up my whole life?
It's terrifying. It's like, so when I left my corporate job, I had been there for 12 years, and we were leaving Colorado and moving back to Florida for him. And it was the first time I had lived out of state. I was safe decisions is what I did. And he had a job thankfully lined up, and we had a house lined up and all that. So we were good, but I went from working at a grocery store for 7 years and then corporate job for 12 years. And so I gave them several months notice because I knew, but I also was trying to convince them to keep me on remote because I knew I could do the job remote.
Before remote was a thing.
Which is funny because they were so against remote. They're like, no, this is not a remote position. We're not open to remote. And then COVID was like, hold my beer. And but I had already quit and moved on since then. But knowing about it for a couple months, it really messed up my productivity. I was like, let me not get fired before I quit. But then that last week, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It
Yeah.
was so scary.
Like, I called my boss. I was like, Roman, like, am I making the right move? He's like, dude, you've been wanting this for 3.5 years. Do it. And I was like, are you guys going to hire me back? And he jokingly, he's like, fuck no, Chance. You're worthless. But me and him Snapchat daily, text probably weekly, and it's a really
Nice.
close
awesome.
connection. And if you look on my recent TikTok, he commented on the video saying like terrible. I was like, I'll make a video reply to that.
Nice.
But it's crazy what social media can do. And
Yeah.
for people that don't post or don't have their Facebook page or do any social media marketing that's free of charge is absolutely
Right.
crazy, because literally like that's how I grew
Yeah.
this business.
I have all the pages. I just don't post on them like I should.
Yeah. Same.
But that is our plan in the next like few months. We like came up with, you know, some like excuses, like, you know, names, like days of the week or whatever to like post something. Cause yeah, I mean, like he created a quick one for me today. My Instagram has been suffering lately. Like I post and it's crickets lately, not even like a comment, like a couple likes from like my friends or like, you know, people who, you know, follow me regularly. And so that's also discouraging too, because you go through all this work to make that content and then you post it and then you're like, you know, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, 14 people saw it. That was cool.
And in a way, it is really depressing. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so depressing. Yeah,
And
because
you're
it's like, well, and then you see other dumb shit, like, and it's no fault of their own, whoever posted the dumb shit, because dumb shit easily goes viral, I swear, because they'll post something and
we
it's
share
like,
dumb shit with each other all the time.
yeah, this is very true. And maybe I should just start posting dumb shit. But then if I look for it, then it just won't organically happen, I feel like. But yeah, and so it's like really discouraging because you'll scroll past, you know, something that's maybe similar to you or, you know, whatever, and it'll have like 50,000 views and then you post yours and it gets 12 and you're like, oh, cool. So, you know, but like posting, I have to like remind myself that posting more often, like one, when someone finds your page for the first time, it gives them things to watch that are current. It shows them what you're up to, shows them like you and your personality if you're on it. At the very least, you know, it shows like your offerings and like what products and stuff you sell. And like, and Will, he yells at me all the time for posting and stuff, but like most of the time when I scroll past an ad or someone selling stuff, it never bothers me. So I don't know why my brain tells me like, oh, I'm bothering people by telling them about my business. It's like, well, of course I am. Like, if I don't tell you that this
Buy my
exists,
stuff.
you're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
So it's just getting out of that, like the mind frame. It's the posting it and being okay with it doing well and it not. Hell, repurposing, I haven't done that in a long time. I should do that because I've seen repurposed ones, especially if they've done well, posting them again, sometimes they'll do even better. And if it's been a couple years, it's brand new to a lot
whole
of people.
bunch, right.
Yep.
So, and that's content that you've already made. You just like basically download it and like repost it.
Slap a new piece of audio
Right.
on there.
Even sometimes you can use the same
Sometimes,
one. Like so, but yeah, posting is really key. So
Yeah, I'm terrible with like Facebook because for some odd reason my notifications doesn't show notifications,
they're the worst.
and like
Yeah,
people
same.
like tag me over times. I was like, whoa, this is new to me. Sorry, I didn't see this.
Whoopsies. Yeah.
But I don't know. Meta is just meta.
Yeah.
In a way, I wish Meta would go away, but
Yeah,
it will
but
never
don't,
go away.
'cause
It's
it's
a
my-
powerhouse.
It's a unfortunate need right now. You know, it's like I don't want to need you, but I do need you
And
kind of thing.
for me on the media side of things, it's like here in this area, Facebook is like the main like place where
Yeah, and I
everyone's
struggle
at,
with that.
because it's an older crowd, so like they stopped at Facebook. Like Facebook was new.
Yeah, they didn't go to
and they're
any of
like,
the
wait,
other
there's
ones."
another one. Nah, I'm not messing with that. So
Yeah.
So Facebook is where like my customers are.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's and I should reverse it, but right now what I do, I'm an Instagram fan.
Same.
So I post it on Instagram and just auto post over to Facebook.
Yeah,
but
if there's
I have to
anything on my
change.
Facebook, my actual business Facebook page, it's only because it's an auto post from IG.
And
but
then
then I have all the
spamming.
Facebook groups.
I do spam in all the networking groups
That's
for
good.
mine.
Yeah.
So
I need to start doing that. I got out of that habit too, but
welcome to the revolution in laser engraving. Introducing Lens Digital, the creators of the game-changing Pyburn rotary attachment. With the Pyburn 4.0, you can turn ordinary cups, tumblers, glasses, and more into extraordinary masterpieces.
looking to engrave niche items or want the functionality of a chuck rotary? Look no further than the Pyburn Grip, Lens Digital's chuck-style rotary. With a range of different sized jaws, you can easily engrave a wide variety of items. All Lens Digital products are compatible with most CO2 and Galvo lasers and were designed specifically for the laser industry. All that, paired with the best-in-class customer support, Lens Digital is your one-stop shop for all of your rotary needs.
Transform your laser engraving game with Lens Digital, where makers succeed. Unleash your creativity today.
And don't forget, we are proud Lens Digital affiliates as well. If you're shopping, code Riley Black will take $50 off any order of $600 or more.
Hey there, podcast listeners. How great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape your 9-to-5 to embrace your lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Freedom to Create webinar, where you'll learn how to make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Freedom to Create webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
It's easy having to break. You have to be concurrent and like strict to yourself to post, and that's mentally taxing in itself. And
it is.
Like, when you want to just have a weekend away, on Fridays I filmed 16 videos to post over the weekend because the algorithm gods want you to freaking post 4 to 5 times a day.
Oh my God. So how many times do you post that often every day?
My TikTok channel manager recommends 4 times a day.
Wow.
And I was like, what if people don't want to see my ugly face 4 times a day?
Right.
So yeah, that's what she recommended, and I guess it's still working out in my favor because I don't know. TikTok is TikTok.
That's crazy. I have heard that before, but like I struggle to post 4 times a week.
The thing is, they want they want people posting and people like they want you to stay on the platform.
Well, and I mean, so if you think about it, the odds are better that way too. Like, so, if you're posting 4 times a day, you hope that you're going to be seen by more people because now you're kind of catching more people throughout the day. So they may not have seen the first 3, but they might see that 4th one. Right. And if they saw the other one, they don't know if it was today, yesterday, that's the other thing. Like Instagram, I swear, do they have a thing where it posts the day that it was posted on Instagram?
I think they do.
It's difficult. You have to go. Sometimes you have to go into if you're looking at reels.
Yeah.
You'll have to go into like the comments.
So that's what I do. I go into the comments and see if like are there comments from 4 weeks ago. I'm like, oh, okay, this is probably an old one
or if you see the reel, you go to the page,
right,
and then you see like how far it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're good for sharing.
They hide
older
that.
stuff.
Yeah. So then it's like even more so. They have no idea that that's your 4th post of the day, and even if it is, that 4th post of the day is what's hopefully paying your family. So or paying for to help out your family.
Especially when it's like comment and I'll post like part 2. So you go to the page and you're like, I can't even find part 1. How old is that post?
Worst.
But it's new. But that goes saying it's new. It's new to you,
right?
To where you're looking for that part 2.
Yeah. So
and then you realize, oh, this piece of content was like really old, but it lives there and it gets pushed out. So Yeah.
It is crazy that one video can literally make or break your entire year. Like I've had one video that made us $450,000, and
That's crazy.
Flabbergasting. Is like,
tell me about that video. Like, was it like groundbreaking? Like, it was probably something funny, right? Or like,
I mean, it wasn't really groundbreaking. It was a QR code.
Okay.
And on that QR code, it led you to my website, and on my website, it says "Show me them titties." And then right below the "Show me them titties," it says "Buy here for your hat" or whatnot. So it's like marketing, and I have sold that hat probably 20,000 times, close to it.
That's crazy.
And it's funny, like it goes ebbs and flows on my website.
Right.
So like, I wonder if like 10,000 people wore my hat today because my website went up a little bit.
Right.
And it's great marketing, and people don't really know that you're really marketing, but I mean, it's evergreen. So.
Yeah, for sure. So wait, the QR code, it goes to like a graphic on your website, or like how does that?
Yeah, it's just a blank Shopify page that has just text saying "Show me."
Oh, okay. Nice.
So
it's great.
It's really weird what people buy.
But like, how long did that like video take you to make and post?
Maybe 5 minutes of filming /edit /posting.
That's crazy. And it's, I swear, it's always those ones too.
The funniest part is like my web developer, his name's Corey. He designed my website. He goes, "I'm going to leave a comment. Just make a video reply about it." And I was like, all right, I'll scan this QR code. It's probably a virus, but whatever. And I was like, perfect. Let's send it. So like, he's like, "I just made you like, a shit ton of money, Chance." I was like, "I'll give you a bonus." I can afford a bonus.
Smart, Corey.
It's crazy. And it's like, on a Thursday at 1:32, I posted that. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, the one I went like very mini viral compared to you, but we were selling off like the rest of our Christmas ornaments from a market, and a friend, I think, like I didn't know her super well at the time, but she went and bought a bunch of my inappropriate ornaments, and I saw your content on your TikTok as well, and it was, the similar stuff, and it's like, I mean, with that, you like teeter the line of like, oh, okay, are they gonna report me for this one, or is it gonna get all the views and the comments because it's funny? But yeah, she posted it, and I had asked her something, or she asked me something, and she was like, hey, heads up, I made a TikTok and it's kind of going crazy. So people are asking, like, and I didn't have a website then. I was still taking orders through like Instagram. I was making stuff for like friends DM. And family. And and so, I mean, I've told this story a million times on the podcast, but basically, like, I tried doing the PM thing, and that absolutely didn't work. It worked for like 5 minutes. And then I couldn't sleep. So then I had already kind of like barely started my website, but since I couldn't sleep anyway, I got up and I spent 10 hours and I set up my website and like then started shipping out and it was 2 weeks before Christmas. I was pregnant and miserable. And I, again, had shut off orders, but I was like, I mean, I'm not going to pass up this opportunity.
I mean, you can't just fake it till you make it and cry yourself to sleep when it's all over.
Exactly. Like, go wipe my tears with these $100 bills. Like, it's fine.
I've gone viral. Very thankfully, I've gone viral probably about 100 times.
Wow.
And by viral, I mean over 1 million views.
Wow. That's awesome.
Probably close to 20 videos of that is 25 million plus views. And it's just like crazy what people would want to view. And it's weird that the algorithm gods just push out specific.
Right. Yeah. So after you quit, how did that go, transitioning from the corporate job? And
it was weird. It was weird. It's like, I can sleep in. Fuck yeah, I'm sleeping until 7:30. I'll go to work at 8 a.m. and it was really nice. Like,
yeah,
I can not be stressed.
Now look at you. You just did a 28 hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's stressful and not stressful because I'm not reporting to anyone. I don't need to be like, "Hey, boss, I have a dentist appointment at 2:45. I need off." I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go."
Do your employees do that to you now, though?
No, they're just like, "I won't be in." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll see you later." Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, they get their shit done. They put in their 48 hours. I make them do 48-hour weeks.
Yeah.
My ride or die, Kayla, she's like my right hand woman. She will literally grind with me all night, all day. She's like, fuck it. I'm single. I have no one to live for. I'll die with you. And
So positive.
we always joke, like the last 6 months has been just mentally taxing on all of us. And we always joke. I was like, we always see a semi go around because my shop's right next to highways. Like, want to go run out and hit the semi? It's just like, or when we go to the post office, because I drop off all my packages in my small town post office because I still support them and they fucking love me because they get money. And it was really funny that my first day ever like going viral on TikTok, I beat all of their last year total packages going out.
Oh my God, just from your TikTok shop.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And like Lorna, she's a blessing. She's, I don't know, probably mid 50s. She's just like, I'm bored. Like she doesn't have any customers except me when I come in like an hour before closing.
Yeah.
The postmaster helps me like load packages.
That's crazy.
She's even helped me like make hats when we went super viral.
That's awesome.
And it's like, for instance,
I love that.
Yeah, TikTok Shop, you need like send it out within 2 business days now instead of 3, which is even more stressful.
Yeah.
And there are so many nights where like, fuck it, we're not going to make that cutoff. So I have to text my mail lady that drops off mail at my house. She will come to my shop at 11 at night, scan packages ready for the next morning. And she's like, I'm making a commission because they get a small kickback for every package that they scan in.
Really? Okay. Then why are these motherfuckers giving me a problem when I want them to scan my shit?
Because like it's such a small, like I think
that's what I was saying.
10 cents a package, but it adds up over time.
Right.
Yeah. Like when we used to live near the hood, y'all should scan my packages because like they were the ones who were don't even get me started. I'm still clearly bitter about that. But so I had a manifest, like my manifest was all fucked up and then my printer was like screwed up. And I'm like, listen, I am that person who always brings the manifest. Can you please, this time, can you scan them? And they're like, we don't have to scan them unless they're priority express or something like that. And I was like, okay, but your own policy says you won't cover any insurance issues if it's not scanned at arrival. So I need you to scan these. I'll wait in line. I don't mind waiting in line. I don't expect you to let me cut or anything, but like, can you scan my packages? If it's part of your policy, I'm going to need you to scan my packages.
Yeah. Every now and then we have to go to another post office and I hate it. And I get that vibe. They always call me, it's the hat guy from Royalton coming in. And it's the typical 80-year-old lady that doesn't want to retire and is just a thorn on your side.
Right. And you're a pain in her ass.
Yeah. Because like my shop is 30 miles south of where I live. But I don't change my address. So then my Royalton post office gets the credit because it's the return address zip code that the post office gets the credit for. So when we go to Sauk Rapids post office, she's like, you got to change your zip code. I was like, okay, no, I don't. Just scan the package. Put it into the truck. Mail it. But yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm very, very blessed that my post ladies love me. And I give them cookies and donuts and lunch, and they're like, you don't have to do that. I was like, you guys don't have to scan our shit, but here you are scanning our shit on
right. Exactly. I mean, having an awesome male person is just like it's huge, like especially as a small business. You know, we went through a lot of troubles with the mail carriers at that same area, and they would drop off my mail, and then I would do where I like scheduled pickups so that like they knew to like come by my house. And I have so many camera videos of them looking at my packages and walking away and never coming back. I'm like, you motherfuckers. So, and like, I kind of get it because there, here they drive, but there it was a walking route. And so I kind of get it because usually but like they had every, I hope, intention of going back to their vehicle, coming back to my house, grabbing them, and then going, and then probably forgetting because I would as well. But like, how many times are you going to forget? And my house always had packages, even if it was like 2, there was outgoing packages almost every day unless we were on vacation. And so it was just really frustrating. And then we finally got one, and she would go out of her way. She was like saying hi, like our kids knew her. Like she would wave at us if we were like leaving and pass her on the street. She was awesome. And, you know, I had to make her a tumbler for Christmas. And like she even like her eyes got like all like, you know, because she was just so thankful and she was so sweet. Yep. And then for health reasons, she had to be moved to a walking route. Because that's the other thing too, is not gonna lie, you know, in our old neighborhood, they worked them to the bone. And so they were all miserable because, you know, they would say that it's like an 8-hour route, and they're like, yeah, it's 10 on a good day. And, you know, we were in South Florida, so it's hot as balls, humid, raining, you know, all of the things.
Rain, sleet, or snow.
So I'm sure, you know, it wasn't a good time. And, you know, I had sympathy for them for sure because, you know, my dad, he was a mail carrier for, I think, 30 plus years. But yeah, it just makes all the difference. Like now we're super lucky too with the people. There's a couple people who come by. I think the main lady, and then I think there's a guy who works her days off. But yeah, they don't ever miss them. I mean, the few times they have, it's kind of been our fault. So, you know, it's great. And then the post office, they're cool as long as I have a scan sheet or I'm nice and patient and don't come in 5 minutes before they close.
There's been many nights, evenings, where I pull in like 15 minutes before the semi that comes through the route to pick up all the packages. I'm like, Lorna, I'm so sorry, but it's 400 packages. I'm gonna go by, and she will never let me help. She's like, no, you don't need to. I love this. I was like, no, I deep down inside, do you love it, Lorna?
Do
like,
you really?
You just want me to like get hit by a bus,
right?
So yeah, it's crazy.
So adjusting then with from corporate to small business. So when was that you quit? Was that just last year? Or
July 2023 when I like put in my 2 weeks, and then August 18th of 2023, that's like officially done with the corporate world. I still am on the anniversary of Capital One's list. Yeah. And every month I get a Snapchat or a text back, hey, welcome. It's your whatever month anniversary. I was like, they haven't even updated the list. I'm just a member of them. They don't give a shit about who I am.
I love it. They don't even know you're gone. And they're like, happy anniversary.
They're in one of the town halls. They're like, and a happy birthday month to Chantz. And it's like, when are you going to get updated with Excel spreadsheet that I'm not even there?
Right. So. So at what point did you purchase Laser by the Creek? Tell me a bit about like how that happened.
So I knew Ryan and Ashley for 4 years. I actually bought some wood from them when I did the cutting boards and coasters and all that fun stuff. And then Ryan told me about the news and all that fun stuff in February, March-ish around there. And he gave me an offer. And I've always wanted to diversify my business just because I don't foresee myself selling hats 24/7 or selling clothes. So I was like, I'll purchase your business. And I purchased it officially on May 1st of 2024.
Nice.
So it's a stressful balance, trying to balance out TikTok virality, the Lays by the Creek virality. I'm also starting another business that I can't tell anyone yet. So it's going to be a stressful circle and what I'll try to do. Yeah. But we're vibing. I mean, I'm a grinder. Like I will do 4 hours, 48-hour shifts if I need to, with a nap or two. But it's a stressing and a blessing. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Ryan and Ashley are really good friends, and they kind of like told me what their process was, because as far as he's aware and as far as I'm aware, I'm the only craft plywood manufacturer in the United States. Everything else is all outsourced from China or brought in from Canada, or it's like Home Depot, like Columbia Forest crap that's not lasered.
Like that stuff is. I'm so glad I don't deal with wood anymore, because that stuff it was good for it was. I don't know that it was even good. It was decent for a while. I don't know what's going on.
Eyelashes.
Yeah. It was decent for a while. It worked, and then it just didn't work anymore. Like it was always like super warped, or there'd be these huge like glue pockets, or like, and I swear they call it that wood glitter. Oh, I see it. It's like hanging down. That wood glitter.
Welcome to Lash Talk.
Brought to you by GT Lash and Brows in Vero Beach.
Hey, they didn't buy any ad space.
Maybe they will.
I'm gonna bleep them out.
What the fuck was I talking about?
The wood from Home Depot.
It was the metal glitter. It would, like, I swear, it would always just show up right where my engrave was. And so it'd be this bright, shiny, like red or green or whatever piece of metal. So you'd have to redo it again. And
it gave it a special flair.
It did not. And I loved Ashley and Ryan with Laser by the Creek because, one, they offered the pre-finished stuff, which made it so that I hated it less. And then I could even add the adhesive to the back if I wanted to. And yeah, it was clutch. It was like, okay, if someone really wants wood, I'll do this wood. So do you offer basically everything that they did before as well?
Yep, minus cutting boards, which we'll be launching very soon.
Yes.
I have the CNC set up. I have all the lumber. I just need to have the manpower. And like I mentioned before, I got 4 people on maternity/paternity leave, and then my high schoolers left. And
okay, and first of all, like, that's really awesome that you offer the paternity leave, by the way, because man, so the first kid, we didn't have that.
No, I had to burn a week of vacation.
And then he went back to work like days later. I mean, you spend 2 of those days in the freaking hospital. And so then it was like 5 days at home, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this shit. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're leaving?
Yeah.
I literally had like a friggin' meltdown, and like hormones are still like all jacked up. And and then the second one, he was able to take 2 weeks, and that was huge, because about 2 weeks is when you kind of have like a flow, So like paternity leave is just it's so helpful.
Yeah, Capital One, I had to use paternity leave because my daughter is now 5.5, but they gave us 8 weeks off, which is crazy for a male. And then a female, they got 18 weeks off.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
And so
that's where all those fees go.
I always joke about like, well, I identify as a woman that I had birth, so I'm gonna take 18 weeks off. But
you're not in California.
That's something he would say.
You're not in California. And I probably would have gotten it. I worked at the Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hired one of my best buddies from Capital One. His name's Alex. He's actually like the main head honcho of like the Laser by the Creek side.
Nice.
Like he runs it all, like makes my life a lot stressful, but he's been off. And of course, the first month when Robin's file goes live, we just went viral. And I was like, fuck you. Way to take off.
Right?
Congrats.
Like, good job, but like, damn it.
Like he knew.
Yeah.
So I couldn't offer the 8 weeks that Capital offered, but I offered him 4 weeks paid, which
that's amazing.
As a small business owner, that pretty good.
That's huge. I mean, hell, a small business. I always see that meme of like, if you're able to like go to lunch and like what do you call it? Like go to your like kids like soccer practice or something, you've already made it as a small business.
Yeah.
So to be able to, and it's hard because so I want to ask you about like when you brought on employees and stuff, but like you want to be like a good employer to them, but then also as a small business, sometimes you don't necessarily have like the luxuries of like a big corporation. So like, when did you bring on employees, and like what kind of, how did you navigate that?
So in July 2023, my best friend from high school, he worked at Uline, which ironically I still buy my boxes from.
Nice.
He's a blessing, and he's like, "Yep, we need to order these bags. The serial number, model number is this." Like he knows Uline by the back of it. I was like,
"That's awesome."
He's gonna order all my shit. I don't need to worry about it.
Right.
He just got sick and tired of Uline's baloney. Micromanaged, and you didn't drive the forklift fast enough. Oh, you didn't drive it fast, or you drove it too fast. Let's keep her under 12 miles an hour. And he quit there. He started with me full time right off the bat. I was like, I'm reliable for someone's income.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this goes belly up in a month and a half, I'm sorry. Talk to you later. Like,
Right. Love ya, but
I forewarned him. I was like, because that TikTok shop is new. And
yeah, you never know. Yeah.
exactly. And I still don't know right to this date. So that's
Right.
like the biggest stressing is like, I'm reliable for like 30 people right now. And
Right.
thankfully, like 21 of them are part-time. I
Yeah.
have 5 full-timers, and then like I call them full parts. Like they work more than 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
But that's the most stressful part about being a boss.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the fuck to do every day.
Right. Yeah, you're
Oh.
winging it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I offer 2 weeks PTO for all my
Nice.
full-timers, health, dental, vision, and all that fun stuff. I cover half.
Nice.
I feel like I got a good benefit package, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a clusterfuck every day. And I don't want to be the micromanager boss because I hated being micromanaged.
Right.
So like I'm the most relaxed boss, and like my high schoolers that worked with me July, August, September of 2023, and then like weekends throughout high school, and then June, July, August of this year, they're like, yeah, like you're being a really strict boss, Chantz. I was like, how the fuck am I being strict? You can be on your phone, you can
Right.
watch Netflix, you can make hats, you can just curse, you can swear.
Right.
Like, this is not your normal corporate gig.
Right.
And if you
No.
said that to like a corporate boss, you would have been
Yeah. They
fired.
have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of HR violations.
Right.
I
I mean, listen, your hat patches are like walking HR violations. So
that's true. And like, I still text my high schooler. Like, I still call my high schoolers. They'll always be my high schoolers,
right.
even though I have new high school employees. They're like that. These are just normal high schoolers. But my OG high schoolers, they're like, oh, you were the best boss ever, Chantz. I was like, see, fucking told you.
I told you.
Like, go enjoy, because I pay my high schoolers really well, $25 an hour. I
Oh,
pay
wow.
Wow.
really well.
Can I do you
Man,
need
I
any
wish-
part-time?
I wish I made that as a high
I'll-
schooler.
I'll fly you up. We can
Right.
make it happen. We'll
Yeah.
come in on a Friday, fly out on a Sunday.
Okay, I'm done.
But they're like, this is a lot of work for 25 an hour, like telling me. And I was like, no, it's not. Like,
Right.
I know I'm stressing you out, and it's like we do 300 packages a day. It's not a lot of work. And they text me like, yeah, Chantz, like making these pizzas for $12 an hour. Fuck this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you still have to work. I mean, I'm sure the levels and the stress are probably a little bit different.
Shit,
But like,
I hauled rock, laid brick, and built fences for 11 an hour while in Colorado.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
With,
I didn't know that it was that low.
Yeah, it was 11 an hour. I mean, luckily he understood that I was it was just in the meantime until TV went back to
Right.
full time.
You were like, this is very
But I was
temporary.
like, man, this is hard. It was for a landscaping company. It was
Well, and
like-
that's like physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no more like pressing hats though.
No.
For sure.
But yeah, it's still a learning curve, and just
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a better boss day in and day out, but some days it's just taxing. Like
Yeah.
what I mentioned when I was like telling when the 4 people left, I was like, it's gonna be fucking exhausting. I'm gonna take it out on you.
Right.
But
Hey, at least you're aware enough to like, kind of give them the warning, and it's also like the intentions too. It's like, just when tensions get high, like you lose that ability to be like, okay, how do I say what I'm going to say? Like, gently, like you lose the gentle part when things are hectic and crazy. But again, if they know you truly, then you get a pass a couple times, I'm sure.
they like to dip you back out on me too.
Yeah, what a cool experience for them too. I mean, think about like they're working for like a TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like so they're on
a small
TikTok
business,
and they've
yeah.
probably bought stuff. They probably
Right.
bought stuff off of TikTok from other shops, and now
Right.
they're working at. So it's like it's
Yeah.
more than just a like for us because we like saw it, from
Right.
from I can age myself, but from MySpace
Right.
and AIM back in the day. But just to see like their social platform
Mm-hmm.
also working at a shop, it's like it's almost like its own environment.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool to have that opportunity to be like, oh, I worked at a TikTok shop. It's just I think is really cool that that, you know, you're selling on TikTok, they're on there, and that's like their part-time job, and it shows them that you can be
right.
a small business.
Yeah.
And use social
Do
media.
any of them like have aspirations of doing their own thing, like kind of watching you do it as well?
Yeah, one wants to be like a professional detailer, and he does that now for the local like dealership in town.
Awesome.
And he's the one that like, do I need to go to college? I was like, listen, like I went to college. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. You do not need college because look what I made off of one fucking stupid video.
Right. Yeah. It's so true. I mean, I'm going to tell my kids the same thing. Like, if we don't have any money set aside for college yet, and even if we did set aside money, it would be money that could be used for like a house or, you know, like what do you call it? Vocational education or that kind of stuff, you know, certificates or, you know, starting your new business or you know,
like
that kind of stuff.
marketing workshops and like business workshops.
Because like, I mean, I wish I had that because school was just not my thing. I had the more creative side and it was really hard for me to like pay attention in school and like, not gonna lie, like I kind of want those because I went to school for my bachelor's and I went part-time and it took me 11 years to graduate. I would love to have those 11 years of my life back because all it taught me was that I don't want to do finance. It taught me that I need to hire a CPA and now I pay someone else to do my finances for me and, you know, do this. And so, and I do see that in like, even in our 7-year-old, he's had several different like aspirations for jobs, you know, the normal police officer, firefighter, those kind of things. But now he also wants to be like a gamer who has a channel and he's 7. So, you know, but like it just, I knew I wanted to do something else, but I didn't have that example in my life showing me that I didn't have to do the normal corporate whatever job. And, you know, that works for some people, but it just did not work for me. I got really bored really fast. And so, you know, something like this and having freedom to do things you actually like doing most of the time, because, you know, when it becomes a business, there's days that you're like, ugh. But, you know, it's all the stresses and like things that come with a small business. It's so much better than the stresses of someone else's business and dream, you know?
Yeah, and you're fulfilling your pockets and your aspirations and goals than some CEO that has his 11th house.
Yeah, because like, you know, if I kill it here, I have, you know, $10,000 in my bank account because we had a good sale or a new product or whatever, right? But like I was telling him, I think a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, how at my old corporate job, I had found an error on invoices. That we were being charged for a fuel surcharge way longer than we should have been. They were supposed to take it off all of the invoices. And it snuck through because it was like something like 36 cents a mile or something like that. And so it was just this little blurb on a, you know, a $200,000 invoice or whatever. And I found, I think, $250,000 of fuel charge fees that they shouldn't have been charged. And so, you know, like, yes, they went out of their way as much as they could. You know, they gave me like, you know, a couple of the like gift card gifts and stuff that they could do that were like approved by corporate and like gave me a couple shout outs. And, you know, I think it probably did help a little bit my bonus that year, but it was nowhere near 250,000, which I don't expect either. Yeah. Cause it's like, you know, I don't expect you to give me the money that like you already lost, but at the same time, you know, you find that for your own business and it's night and day, you know, difference. So, and I did see too how, especially watching, like we went through a round of layoffs, you know, I see how disposable we were. And, you know, it's like you give your life and you give all this, not that I think people should screw over good jobs and not give like 2-week notices and as much notice as you can, especially if they give you that same respect. But, you know, that culture of like where you have to give 2 weeks when it's like, if I don't show up, you're going to replace me tomorrow, you know? So it's like you giving what you get. And when you have a small business, you know, you have more control in what you get to put up with.
Yeah. And like working at Capital One when COVID hit, like we were not work from home. And then all of a sudden, like everybody got a laptop. Yay, you work from home. That'll so only last 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks turned into 2 weeks more. And like, yep, we'll go back next month. And that's when Capital One started actually cutting a lot of the fat off.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we don't need these people. And like, we don't need this department. We'll just go over to India. And that's what also was like mentally taxing is like, I'm just a number to this guy.
Oh yeah.
Company. And like, here we go. Like this random Friday meeting, this is not going to end well. And unfortunately, one of my departments got cut. I was like, wow. Like I got 6 weeks to find a job. If not, I got to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're lucky you got 6 weeks.
Right,
I mean, so when we went through those layoffs, I mean, although we did know that the layoffs were going to happen for a couple months, like those couple months were stressful as shit. Again, now you're like, should I be looking for a job? Am I going to have a job?
Right.
Like, when is this going to happen? And then, you know, you literally watched, like, you know, we had a department of 12 people. And they cut all but 2 of us, me and one other person. And it was like, wait, what do you... wait, so what happens to all of their jobs and who's going to do those, you know?
You are.
And then... And, like, we didn't get, like, 12... You know, we didn't have, like, the jobs of 12 people to do. Like, they did move some of that. But the pivotal part for me and the reason I was willing to quit and, you know, try something new in a whole nother state was, so that first year after the layoffs, I busted my ass. I worked my ass off and I wanted to prove to them that, you know, they kept me for a reason. I wanted to keep my job. I was scared of more layoffs. And then, you know, the company still wasn't doing like amazing. And then it came time to, you know, for the, what do you call it? Bonuses, but like the reviews, right? And they told me, oh, you did great. Like, you know, we appreciate you, blah, 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 blah. They gave me $0 they gave me no raise. And I was like.
They hid behind the layoffs because they basically like justify that by saying, well, we just had these layoffs. You're lucky you're here.
Right, and they spun it as you're lucky you have a job. And it's like, okay. And so I called it after that point. I was like, okay. I was like, so if that's what me busting my ass like gets me and it's $0, I'm going to give you $0 crystal is what I called it. And I did just enough probably so that I didn't get fired for like the next year or 2 after that. I don't even remember how much time was after that, but I just didn't give a shit anymore because it's like, it really felt like they didn't give a shit about what I was doing for them. So, you know, it was an easier quit than it would have been had it been, you know, prior to those layoffs. Cause you know, my boss, she was amazing. And, I really enjoyed working for her and I felt valued. I didn't feel disposable. But yeah, I 100% felt disposable for this other corporation and I don't wish them bad things, but they're not doing so hot. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah. And like those pizza parties don't add up to the fucking mental stress.
No. And then now,
you know what was worse about our pizza parties? I never got to attend because I was out in the field.
Those were the worst. He would always get so mad because they'd have like these parties and these things of like,
and I get to see it on Instagram while I'm out in the streets.
And you'd show up and there'd be like nothing left or it'd be cold.
No, I wouldn't be able to show up. What do you mean
because you were,
I wouldn't be able to show up because I'd always be so far away that even if I were to go over there on my dinner break, it's like drive there and then, you know, and then also too, I hated going to the station because every time they see you there, they're like, "Oh, John's here. Hey, can you go over and no,
no, I sure can't.
No, hey, when you're done with dinner, can you before you go back to that scene, can you just go check out this scene for us, just to see what's there?"
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you.
But I mean, I'm lucky in the fact that I still do what I went to school for and what I like.
Right.
You know, case in point is like the set and
Right.
and the cameras and everything. So I still get to do a part of what it is I went to school for. I found my passion early enough and like worked it corporate style, and now ventured out into my own.
Yeah.
So I never really like left to start something new, like 100% new. So.
Are you sure we started the time?
Yeah, no, we have we're at 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, it really
Yeah,
feels.
yeah.
And now my watch is apparently dead.
Oh, you don't get steps.
I know.
Oh, your steps don't count.
I know.
She's in
this
a
is not
step
good.
bet, but that's for the life update.
Yes, I am in a step bet.
Yeah.
And I'm 3 weeks in, and I'm regretting it. I'm doing okay, but I'm.
So let's give the information to our general admission folks.
Oh shit! He
of
texted
where
me that.
where they can find you.
Wait, no, hold on.
No?
Before where we can find you.
I was trying to buy you time.
The code.
The code.
Okay.
I was trying to buy
That's
you
fine.
time.
Sorry.
But
carry on.
No, we'll just sit here and wait in silence until you find the text and the email for 10%.
Leave me alone. So TRBP 10. What does that get them though?
That gets you 10% off.
Okay. Nice.
And that promotion will run until the end of the year. So
Oh, nice. Thank
end of 2024. So if you're watching this 2025,
Good to clarify, just in case.
yeah. So that'll get you 10% off.
And it's Laser by the Creek, right?
Laserbythecreek.com. Yep.
And then, go ahead.
And for people that don't know who Laser by the Creek is, we sell plywood, printed UV printed plywood or MDF, soon to be cutting boards. We sell acrylic as well. I want to have everything laserable underneath my house. My house, I call it. But yeah, I want to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
That way, consumers don't need to go to 12 different websites to purchase all their items. So.
Yeah. Well, if you need any keychain thingies in your shop, you let me know.
See that.
I have dealers now, and if you have Shopify, there's Shopify Collective. I love calling them dealers. I was very proud of authorized dealers. It makes it sound,
Right.
But listen, they look like drugs, but they're not.
Especially when we have to sort them.
Right? And those little dime packs that we got. The smaller.
You got those. We used
I
too many
did.
people.
Well, listen, I fought them for a while because of the way they look.
Oh.
I just brought my laptop. We're good. Sorry.
I was like, but I avoided them for a while just because of how they look, but they also look ridiculous in the bigger bags because there's all that extra space.
Yeah.
So I just sucked it up and got the smaller bags and
they look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should also give my spiel for the GA emissions. So what sets us apart for laser supplies, specifically our microply, is that it's a wood core instead of an MDF core. And that wood core has no voids, shouldn't have any glue pockets, knock on wood.
Right.
Because we do everything in-house. We do the gluing, we glue the veneer onto the core and all that fun stuff.
That's
awesome. It cuts like butter, and it's way better than MDF core, and I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Another thing is most laser supply companies just offer a A1 grade face on one side and then a B1 or even a C1 on the rear, where we offer A1 on both sides. So for ornaments, you don't need to worry have a good side or a ugly side.
Yeah.
And everything, I love saying that everything is basically built in the Midwest besides the 1 mill in North Carolina. There's no China glue or anything like that. We use formaldehyde free glue that's from Mankato, Minnesota. I don't know why that's town, but from there. And then the veneers come from Wisconsin. The core
I was just going to ask about the veneers.
Yeah, the veneers come from Wisconsin.
Awesome.
The core, the microply core comes from Wisconsin. We do also sell MDF core, but I don't ever push it because it's MDF sucks.
Yeah.
And
it's nasty and you're in the laser, so I can only assume, what comes with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what a manufacturer makes the MDF from. Do they use formaldehyde glue?
Right.
I don't know. I hate working with it. I hate sawing it. I hate even selling it, but people like to buy it.
Right.
So, yeah.
What was I going to? So the mill that one of the mills that you get from, or is that still one of the like family mills from Ashley and Ryan?
Yep, Ryan and Ashley use that small family run mill. I still use them, and they're very grateful and all that. And and then the other mill that I use in North Carolina that basically takes the big flitches or log and creates flitches or whatnot. I don't even know what they do. I need to come and visit.
What's that?
Like it's 5 family members: John, Josh, Jacob, Marge, and someone else. And
Nice.
it was like, who the heck? And like they are so not redneck, but they're like hill people, and they're like, yeah, nice talking to you, Chantz. Have a good day.
I love it.
It's like, wow. But they're their best, and I'm very thankful that they're all good from that hurricane because, like I said, 15 minutes like northeast of Asheville.
Yeah.
Like, I was so worried.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, we were worried about, one, we were worried about ourselves, and then, we have friends and family in other parts of Florida and, in Georgia and Alabama and all that. So it was like, it's always just this weird position. It's like, you don't want it to come here, but you don't want it to go over there either,
It's like, it just needs to go away.
Right. Just
but it
disappear.
Never does. It always hits. It's like, it's like when they were talking about it, Milton going to Tampa and all thinking about Tampa, and then it shifts just south, and it's like, oh, good, Tampa didn't get hit, but someone's gonna get hit. Like that's the worst part, is that someone has to take the brunt of that, and that's what sucks. With those and hurricanes a little bit more so, because I mean you get like It's like, oh, it's Monday. I'm coming for you on Saturday.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Saturday, I'm coming. You don't know how strong or how weak, but I'm coming on Saturday. Where a tornado is kind of like tornado, like high.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah, it's like high, and that's it. Yeah. So I don't know which one's better or worse. I don't know.
We had both with the last one. The party.
Yeah, it's a party. Trauma party.
Right. Yeah, we'll keep the conversation going for a little
over
bit
on Patreon. But for my general admission, the buck stops here. Join Patreon for as low as $4 a month.
Love you. Bye.
Gian, nice meeting you all.
And for you guys, the life update's coming up next, and we're back with the life update.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Not much going on.
There is and there isn't.
Yeah, you got to...
There's some stuff we can't talk about yet.
We can't talk about some stuff.
But, yeah, and then I have... so, Callie from Sparks of Joy Co., I believe is her name. Her company name on TikTok. But she had started a TikTok and Instagram and Facebook group called the Lose It Log. And so with the Lose It Log, that's also through her is how I found my nutritionist that I've been seeing since April. But she started a step bet. And so you have to get so many steps a day. And then so there's 4 active days, 1 free day. And you guys... And you better appreciate
and the counts are unique to the person, right?
Yeah, but so I get 4 active days, 1 free day, and you guys got my free day from me today. It's day 1 of the 3rd week, and my relaxed day is already gone. So this is gonna be a tough week. I'm gonna have to get those in early in the day.
Like I like to say, but better get the step in.
Every time he's get this step, and I'm like, it was funny the first time, JR. Anyway, it's hot. I'm sweating.
It's nice.
So yeah, you get 4 active days, 1 free day, and 2 power days. So for me, that's basically 7,300 steps on the active days, and then 9,300 steps on the 2 power days. Now, I'm not going to say they set you up for failure, but listen, these are stretch goals, as you call it in the industry, because my average working from home was 2,000-ish.
Yep.
On a good day, I'd have like 3 On a day where I was super active, I'd have 4. You know what I mean? So me getting in 7,200 plus is a lot. I managed to even do it through hurricane. So if I can do it through the hurricane,
She was literally on the walking pad,
waiting for the power to go
out.
I was. If that's not dedication to trying to get my life together, I don't know what is. But yeah, so we go on walks, and JR's super supportive. He wants to, go on an extra lap so that I can get more steps in, and it's pretty cute to see him do that.
He thinks his steps count towards her.
Yeah, he's like, is it counting my steps? And I'm like, no, baby, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, just trying to, Operation Live a Better Life, or whatever we're calling this. Positivity bullshit is what I've called it a couple times. But yeah, so just it's week 3, but technically, so it's actually week 4. But that first week is like a practice week. So that week doesn't really count.
Right.
I think I hit my goal one day out of those days because I knew it was practice.
Yeah. But it ramped you up.
It did. It got me ready. And although I didn't hit my goal that first practice week, besides that one day, it showed me how hard that one day was, and it told me what I was in for. But I also got much higher than I would have gotten than I got before the step bet. So even though I didn't get 72.75, which is my, active day, I got 4,000 or 6,000 or whatever, more than my normal 2,000. Right. And listen, on some of those Saturdays and Sundays where we relax because Saturday is crazy with, soccer or the boys or whatever, those step days are kind of sad because there's a lot of lounging on the couch.
Well, now that you say that, your power days could be Thursdays and Saturdays because you can walk around the field.
That's what I'm hoping. And that's why I'm not worried too much, is because we have those 2 soccer days this week. And those, there's a lot of walking, even if I don't
from
do
the car
extra walking. Yeah. But yeah, just trying to, it's those memes of trying to get my steps in, trying to eat healthy, trying to run my business, trying to be a good parent, trying to do all those things at once and still be a good person. It's hard some days.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been getting my reps in on the fiber. Messing around with settings.
Yeah, made some pens for Dre. We got to send those out tomorrow.
Send those out. Yeah. Yeah, just chugging along.
Yep. Choo.
That's all we got. Be sure if you're not a patron yet, this is a great time to join Patreon. As low as $4 a month gets you early access.
Oh yeah, episodes, I updated all the perks.
Episodes comes out for patrons on Friday rather than Monday for everybody else.
Ad free.
They are ad free now, and also you get extended interviews.
The extended interviews, you get the after darks.
The after darks. The
higher codes.
The higher discount codes. It's just all around a great value and a great way to support us. So if you like the show and you like the content,
to make it as sweet of a deal as we possibly can. Yep. We don't want you sending us.
We have a $25
right. If you want to be a show off, you're welcome to.
There are other tiers. You get your name said and all. There are other tiers, but if you just want to get in and the early access and get all that, it's $4 a month. You can't beat that.
Right.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Check out keychain thingies if you're making keychains.
All the things.
All the
LED cores.
Just the LEDs with RBD. Yeah. Just head over to is it Riley Black?
RileyBlackDesigns.com has.
But what's
info.
aren't we going to start using?
Oh, we haven't made that one.
Haven't made that yet. So head over to Riley Black Designs and just check out all the things we have going on.
Yep.
And with that, it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Party. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Mamie, we're all done.